Hey guys, it's Greg. This is not going to be a long video. Uh, we're going to school today. Okay, let's address this. Reality versus lunacy. What people think of anyone that thinks different. That's a free thinker like we are. Critical thinker, problem solvers. If you ask me, reality is just popular opinion. It's everything that most people agree on. And of course they say normal and abnormal. What is normal? There is no such thing as normal outside of the law. Because everyone doesn't agree on everything. You can't have a normal. You can have a consensus, but there's no such thing as normal. Alright. Reality. I went through and looked at just typing it in to see what the Google American Dictionary would come up with. It's the existence that is absolute, self-sufficient, or, now get this, objective, and not subject to human delusions or conventions. And you have to click the more button to even get that definition, because they don't want you to know that the word objective is in there. So let's break down the word objective. It's a thing aimed at or sought, a goal. The system has achieved its objective is a example. But it also means intention, purpose, target, goal, intent, object, object, to be objective. So, how can we be outside of reality when reality is objective and there's no such thing as normal? Let me give you another example. This is just one right off the top of my head. Alright? No shoes, no shirt, no service. But you can walk around with your ass hanging out, underwear showing, pants hanging down to your knees. That's okay. But if you don't have on a shirt or shoes, you're not getting served. Walk around with your ass hanging out, you're fine. They don't call them lunatics. You know, how does that not against? Most people don't like it. But now we have political correctness involved, see? If you go up to that, usually it's young black men or young black kids. That's the, I'm sorry, that's the truth. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm not saying whites don't do it too, because they do. But most of the time, ratio-wise, I would say that mostly it's young black men. But you cannot tell them they can't wear their pants that way because they start screaming racism immediately. The only reason you told them they can't do that is because they're black, not because everybody's tired of seeing their ass. Okay? That's one excuse, or one example. Okay? Let's talk about lunacy. Because when you look up the word lunatic, it says mental illness. Okay, well, you have to have a lunacy to become a lunatic, right? Well, that's not what lunacy says. Lunacy, if you click farther down, extreme folly or eccentricity. Eccentricity. So, eccentricity is, based on the definition, and this is stupid. It is the state of being eccentric. Alright, so let's look up what eccentric is. Eccentric is, let me make this bigger so I can read this. Free spirit. Free spirited. Free spirit is in there. So when people call you a lunatic, they're trying to insult you. The thing is, they don't know what the word means. They don't know the chain of events that leads to what they're saying. You have to go through a certain order of words to even arrive at lunacy. They're trying to insult you, but they're ignorant. So, you know, like I said, no pants, no shirt, no shoes, no service. But you can come in here and wear your pants down to your ass, past your ass, and it's okay. It's fine with us. Hell, there's restaurants in somewhere now where you could just go in with nothing on. There's no way I'd go in there because I'd be scared to death I'd catch something off the seat. You know, but it's just reality is popular opinion, and it's fluid. It changes. Okay, the norm changes. Normal and normality changes. This is something I didn't realize years ago. Even though I was very skeptical of things that happened and took place, I didn't realize that what I thought was normal and everyone else thought was normal was really just an illusion. It's just popular opinion. Just what most people somewhat agree on is basically a consensus. Normality is a consensus. It's popular opinion. But lately, pop culture, actually probably since the Beatles, let's say since the Beatles, pop culture has really changed what normality is. And especially what reality is. Because I cannot see in 1950 any even white kid walking in a store with his ass hanging out of his pants. Wouldn't happen in the 60s, wouldn't happen in the 70s, the 80s, barely even in the 90s. But it's fluid. So whenever you're called a lunatic, just think about what the actual second the second definition in that, which they don't show you, means, and it's free spirited. Because once you got to go through the chain. You got to go through the chain of what it means, reality. Then you got to go to normality, and then to lunacy, and then eccentricity, and then back to eccentric. Lunacy leads to eccentric, even though lunatic is the word for mental illness. It states mental illness. But I guarantee if you hit that bottom button, it'll say the state of lunacy. But the state of lunacy does not lead to a mental illness. It leads to someone being a free thinker. And being a free thinker is a mental illness in this system. Okay, that's all I got today, guys. Have a good one. Please be good to everyone else. And take care, guys.